Today, we will be talking about the story of James Boyd. A man's life ended here in New Mexico, alone, under a tarp, in the foothills of the Sandia Mountains.
It's my opinion that the officers, through use of their reckless planning, were moving toward and attacking Mr. Boyd.
His name was James Boyd.
And were there various points during this attack on Mr. Boyd that they could have stopped?
Oh, yes.
What points, if you can tell the jury, what points during that, leading up to the time where they began shooting, what points could they have stopped this encounter?
Officer Sandy threw the flashbang. It didn't work. They could have stopped. Supposedly there's a layered plan. There was an opportunity to surrender during each period. There was no meaningful opportunity. They used the taser shotgun. It didn't work. They could have stopped. They sent the dog up. It didn't work. They could have stopped and called the dog back.
He wasn't a threat. He wasn't a criminal. He was mentally ill, homeless, and in need of help. Instead, he was killed by those sworn to protect him.
And from this moment on, does Mr. Boyd ever move towards the officers after the flashbang is hit? Does he ever move towards them?
No, I don't see any movement in the video.
All right. Who moves towards who for the rest of this video?
The officers are moving toward Mr. Boyd.
Okay.
Who was James Boyd? Born in 1976, James Boyd battled schizophrenic affective disorder for most of his adult life. Family said he was gentle, funny, and once held dreams of attending Harvard. But untreated illness and lack of support landed him on the streets. He cycled through shelter, hospitalization, and back again. Neighbors knew him not as a danger, but as someone talking about economics, national security, and vast sums of money. Delusions of grandeur, rooted in psychosis that we would later see in the police footage. He shook hands with strangers, he talked, and when police arrived that March evening, his vibrant mind had become an emergency.
We're gonna handcuff you, we'll take the knives, then we'll start going on what we need to do.
No, but the military doesn't have the right to handcuff. I said I have a matter
here's the thing.
of national security.
Okay, I understand that.
I do.
Yes, I do.
Or maybe liaison of state police.
Okay, this thing though.
I'm telling you the thing. I am Department of Defense. I'm telling you, I'm relaying down to you a crisis situation you are not handling correctly.
At 3:26 p.m., officers arrived at Boyd's illegal campsite. He held two small folding knives. He remained calm, but guarded.
Trying to arrest me.
No, we're not trying to arrest you. We're trying to make it safe for you and us.
You put cuffs on me. That's an arrest. Protocol against the higher office. You don't go putting cuffs on the president when he comes to town.
There's
That's
no
right,
reason to.
because he's a higher office.
No, I didn't do it because of higher
He's a higher office.
Right now, okay, look at it from my side right now.
I can't. Okay, I'm gonna try.
Okay, because I'm right here. You're up. Your arm trying to figure
They
something out.
came
Right?
armed with weapons drawn. For any inquiry,
Well, we
they
had
had
other people
weapons
calling
drawn on
in saying
me.
that you were
They
armed.
attacked me from right there.
Here's the thing.
I just told you the thing. Now you need to tell your fellow officers to ask, did you come armed for some reason? Negative. They got no right to just draw weapons on people in a park.
He asserted, "I'm not a criminal," even quoting scripture. Officers notified dispatch, subject armed, mental health concerns. In minutes, a larger force, APD state police, assembled not to help, but to contain. The early negotiations. APD Sergeant Michael Monet, track crisis trained, became the lead negotiator. He offered coffee, a ride, and even a ride to a hotel, and promised no one would be hurt. Boyd engaged. He folded his knives, briefly. But Monet was removed from the scene. Continuity shattered, trust evaporated. Other officers attempted negotiation, but Boyd's agitation grew. Or perhaps our inability to connect did.
Here's the thing.
I just told you the thing. Now you got a thing. All
Okay,
right.
well, here's the thing.
Going over.
We have people down there saying that you were armed with knives and up here, afraid. Okay?
That's not possible because I haven't shown anybody knives.
All right, well, that's what you're told. So here's the thing.
Attack.
If you, here. Once we get past the issue, you have the knives and all that stuff.
It's not an issue.
It is an issue right
No,
now.
it's not. I'm military. I have a right to carry that rifle if I take it from you, and I have to defend them against you before I kill you. But you're not a criminal right now. You're just going over stuff.
Here's the thing.
RC-35 calling Sam 55.
You can keep those knives in your pocket. You just keep your hands on your head. We're gonna come up and we're gonna take it off.
Arrested or half arrested. You don't detain the Department of Defense.
Well, Department of Defense would come up into the mountain and start.
Department of Justice. I have so many ramifications.
Okay, but here.
You don't actually have the right to know, so I'm trying to get pissed off divulging secret info.
Okay, here's the thing.
I don't appreciate
Here's the thing. As soon as we can get over the first issue about you not being armed, we can go to the next one.
Those are actually an issue because they came attacking, now you're coming attacking.
I've been here the whole time.
You have the power to attack or arrest. That's the issue.
The issue right now is
somebody has commanded you to draw weapons on you. That's
Would the taser be
they
safe?
came with weapons drawn. If they had required
Check CY this, yeah.
I have some room.
Checking now.
Here's the thing, man.
You're still in attack
Here,
mode.
hold on, huh?
You're using attack and measurements from a command officer and outskirts. I asked them to settle their weapons, and they called more. So that's an issue with the Department of Defense.
The standoff stretched between 3 hours. Detonated break-in attempts, a dialogue, a flashbang toss near Boyd's position. A police dog released towards him. Boyd moved slowly, possibly continuing to comply, but in response, Officer Sandy and Perez opened fire.
Like he was going toward the ground.
Okay. Can you go through and can you point that out to the jury, please, sir?
Right there, his head's moving?
Yes. And do you see any lunge there?
No.
Do you see any step forward?
No.
What is he doing in that particular slide right there?
Again, his head has gone to the left. His upper right shoulder has gone slightly to the left. He's looking down toward the ground.
Is there any difficulty when you tell somebody to lay on the ground if they are standing on a slope, as far as whether they can lay down the slope?
There may be, depending on the circumstances.
Okay. Can you continue on from there, Mr. Sleeperson? Right there, please. Did Defendant Sandy indicate in his statement whether he saw Mr. Boyd turn before he fired?
Yes.
What did he say about that?
He said he saw him turning to his left before he fired.
And despite that, what did Defendant Sandy decide to do?
He fired.
And so is there anything about that act that made them able to go beyond the line and use deadly force?
No.
Oh, all right. How firm is this line?
Oh, it's a solid line. I mean, it's firm. I mean, if you go beyond this without having an immediate threat, I mean, that attack, deadly force is not justified.
The K-9 unit was also deployed, however, it was defective because of the defective shotgun taser that they had fired at James Boyd, who was wearing multiple layers of clothing. He was alive when medics arrived, but he died hours later. Minutes earlier, Officer Sandy had been heard saying, "I'm going to shoot him in the d*** with a shotgun here in a second." Not a threat made under duress, but captured on playback. Mental health protocol was absent. Boyd, in crisis, was treated like a tactical threat. Video of the killing sparked outrage. Protesters demanded reform. The U.S. Department of Justice launched an investigation.
I want you to remind you that you're trying to resolve peacefully. You have two options against
In 2015, Officer Sandy and Perez were charged with second-degree murder. The trial ended in a hung jury. Prosecutors declined to retry. Civil litigation followed, settling for $5 million.
The murder trial against two former Albuquerque police officers ended just a short time ago in a hung jury. News 13's Haley Rush is live at District Court this evening with details. Haley.
Dean, just minutes ago, a jury said they could not come to an agreement when it came to the second-degree murder charge for Keith Sandy and Dominic Perez. It's now a hung jury. Today, 3 jurors said Perez and Sandy were guilty of second-degree murder, while 9 said not guilty for both. Both Sandy and Perez were facing second-degree murder charges for shooting and killing homeless camper James Boyd as he held 2 pocket knives. It was after 2 full days of deliberating that the jury said they were hung and could not come to a decision. Right after the judge announced a mistrial, Keith Sandy's attorney said he wishes it was a not guilty verdict, but he stands by his client and says it was a misguided prosecution, and he still believes he's not guilty, and overall he is happy with the outcome that he was not charged with second-degree murder.
Boyd's death became a crucible for change, both in Albuquerque and nationwide. APD reformed its approach, crisis intervention training became a mandatory, use of force policies revamped, less lethal guidelines standardized, but change came too late for one man. James Boyd did not die because he intended harm. He died because the system around him was broken. James Boyd died not from criminal intent, but from our failure to respond to mental illness with healing instead of weapons. He was 36. He deserved care. Instead, he became a tragedy. His name reminds us of who we are and who we must never become. Now, when I analyzed the footage myself, listening to all of the jury trials, more than 24 hours of footage, I came to the conclusion that maybe it was premature. James Boyd was in the process of turning around. Maybe he was going to lay down. He was at a distance. Maybe the beanbag shotgun instead of the taser shotgun could have saved his life. We'll never know. We'll never know. But I can tell you that the bullet struck at least the very side of James Boyd's body, if not the back. I'll leave you there. Thank you for watching Crimes Across the Country, revisiting history. I appreciate you. You're an amazing person. You really are. I promise.
I don't believe that Mr. Boyd was an immediate threat to the officers because he didn't make any movement to begin an attack of the officers. Key factor of whether or not you can use deadly force, the main factor is whether or not there's an immediate threat to the officers or to others. And if there's no immediate threat, then that you can't use deadly force.
And in this case, was there an attack by Mr. Boyd?
No.
Do you believe and have an opinion about whether the actions of these police officers were reasonable or unreasonable?
Yes.
What is your opinion about that?
It's my opinion that their actions were unreasonable.